Hey! I hope you can hear me. I'm on Jerry's patio balcony thing, and it's really windy and really cold, so I'm trying to do this one take. It's been ages since I spoke with you, but I'm glad to hear you're doing well and you get to travel a lot, you bastards. Although, sad that your vacations are more exhausting than your work weeks, but it's good to hear your little fishing trip village with Jerry went well and you were rested when you weren't, like, speeding down mountainsides in his rented car. I haven't gone on vacation in a while. I went to Buffalo with, like, Nick and Dylan, and we ran into, like, Frankie and Alexis, and friends of Frankie and Alexis, and we had a blast. Mr. Lilly was there. We haven't gone back since because my passport has expired. I haven't had the money to get it renewed. Now I have the money, I'll eventually get it renewed. And yeah, not much else happened. I think I went on a little road trip recently, but with like Dylan, but I don't remember. I've gone into like Toronto a couple times. I went to go see Emma, and we like got blastedly not drunk. And before that, we wanted to play like board games with Chad on Nuit Blanche, and we met up with some old like former member of our baseball team, and did not get blastedly drunk either, and not at Byzantium. Fun times though. So I now have 3 jobs. I have 2 part-time jobs. They're both in retail. One's at a craft store, one's at a clothing store. I love them a lot, and I'm keeping them. I have a full-time job I'm a distress rating analyst for a company that does a lot of pavement management. And I essentially do a lot of quality check, which means I look at photos and videos of pavement, and I determine whether or not the identification system used on the pavement is accurate. It's it's actually not as bad as it sounds. I'm cold, that's why I'm laughing. And it every day feels like 8 hours long of road trips through the US. Like through California, Ohio, and Oklahoma. It feels like I'm literally just driving through long stretches of the US, which is actually kind of cool in a way, because like going through California, you just see like beautiful like coasts, sometimes like the mountainsides and beautiful architecture, and bridges and structures, and it's really great. You also see a lot of awful pavement. But yeah, I'm gonna move on up in the company, I'm sure. So yeah, 3 jobs. I'm pretty sure I just worked a 77-hour work week, and that's without Monday or Sunday, because I worked yesterday for 10 freaking hours. But you're wondering, how do I manage? Am I insane to do this? And yeah, I am. But I live in Oakville, and I have absolutely no social life in Oakville. I think I have still a couple friends from high school. I may make a couple friends in my workplaces to hang out with, but essentially I don't do anything in Oakville anyway, and I'm trying to save up money, so not being able to go out every other night is probably good. Heck, I barely go out on the weekends. I come like and visit Hamilton with Jerry and Dylan, which I love doing. So it's all good. So like, when do I find time to do all these jobs? All these 3 jobs? I wake up at 4 in the morning, make myself a breakfast, and I don't have a lot of time, right? So like, I'll brew a pot of coffee and try to multitask, but my vegetable intake for the day sometimes consists of 2 cups of like random vegetables, crispy vegetables, and like apple, blended into a slurry with like lemon juice. I essentially drink a vegetable slurry in the morning to get a whole bunch of vegetable intake, because that's as much time as I have. I pretty much have my whole meals packed the previous night, just so I don't have to do any prep work in the morning. But okay, so I wake up at 4, and at the craft store by 5. I'm usually helping unloading a truck full of product and help putting things out like onto the floor, merchandising, taking taking inventory of what stock we have. It's very riveting. I was recently called the scrapbooking expert, even though I've never picked up a freaking scrapbook in my life. But I felt honored. It felt like I'd accomplished something in my life. I am now the scrapbooking king. Also, I think I'm probably the most knowledgeable person in kids' toys. Just because I spend so much time there, like putting away product and searching for stuff. At 8 o'clock my shift ends, so 3 hours there. And then I drive to my full-time job, looking at pavement. All the way out in Mississauga. So one's on the end of Oakville, and the other one's then, like, in Mississauga, like 40 minutes away. So I drive, and I look at pavement. And I love the team I work with. I've only worked there for like 4 days, but they're a lot of fun. I think they're the young team. I'm not the only one with tattoos and piercings. So that's really cool. And hopefully I do get to move on up within the company. My supervisor has just gotten back from like a trip to India. I would love to go to India. And yeah. After that, 2 days of the week scheduled, 2 days of the work week, and then maybe, hopefully not all the time, but like 1 day in the weekend, about 12 hours max, I'll go to the clothing store. And normally I'm just on cash. They put me out on the floor for the first time yesterday. That was a disaster. I haven't been trained there yet, so I was just like wandering around with like women's clothing, trying to look for hangers and hooks, like, does it go there? But basically I deal with people on cash, and they love me because I'm always like really, really chipper. But it's not a relaxing job at all, because you're just rushing customers through, but you have to be really, really nice, and you always have to look for people trying to steal stuff, or like return fake items, which there is a lot of that. Like, there's a whole lot of tag switching that you have to be really wary of, and so you're being really, really nice, trying to be as really, really quick as possible, and you're just trying to spot the fakers who I don't know, they spend more time trying to like steal than they could be at a real job, putting in real work at a real job. And I know, like, this is very riveting stuff, but this is basically my life now. I will probably work on average like 50 to 60 hours a week, making wonderful money. Yay, living wage. And I actually don't mind it. So I'm not the most interesting person right now, but hey, they're a living. Oh, okay, so at the clothing store, it's pretty much like, hi, how are you doing today? Did you find everything you were looking for? That's great. Oh, you found more than you were looking for? That should be your motto. And then, yeah, it's just more of that chipper stuff. I pretty much sound like a machine, I've been told, but really chipper machine. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. On the plus side of it all, I've calculated in about 4 paychecks, so maybe 2 months, I should have enough money saved up to get a new smartphone for the first time. Yay. A new bike. I want to get one of those folding bikes, so like when I move to Toronto, I can just keep a really small folding bike in my apartment, take it to the workplace, never have to worry about chaining it up somewhere. It'll fit my car, it'll be gorgeous, it'll be beautiful. And maybe slightly hipstery. No, they would be a fixie. I'm not getting a fixie. And then I'll also have enough saved up to visit you guys, yeah! In like London or somewhere nice and sunny. So it's all gonna be worth it. I got like no sleep. I have worked. This past week was a week with 3 16-hour work days. If you don't know what that's like, that's painful. That's so painful. But it'll be worth it. And hopefully I'll move on up, get in one company, and I won't have to do 2 other jobs. And I'll move to Toronto, live the high life of any single gay man. Well, not single. Dylan and I are still going strong. We're past 2.5 years. On the note, that note of cute boys whom we love so much. I work with, okay, so at the craft store, I don't work with him anymore because, like, I'll leave before he comes in, but there's this cute nerdy guy who may or may not be gay. Who, when we talk, he'd always say things like, he's like, oh, you're so funny. oh, that's hilarious. And I'm like, ah, I like being complimented. It's good. It's really good. And then at my full-time job, there's also this cute guy. Got a little piercing there. He's kind of like a little skater boy. Except he's tall. He's really tall. And hopefully they never, ever see this video. He's straight, so like... And I'm not single, so... But it's nice to have, you know, cute guys at your workplace. There's other cute guys there, too. But hopefully none of them friend me on Facebook or ever see this video, because that would be really awkward and possibly some sort of workplace lawsuit. I hope not. I really hope not. Winners, I think I'm like one of 3 guys who works at Winners. I mean, the clothing store. One of 3 guys who works at the clothing store. And, that was a cute guy there. He's fun. Don't really talk to them at all. But I talk to the girls a lot. And actually, one of my managers just said she thought I was a snob at first, because I never said her, like, I never really talked to her, but it's because I couldn't pronounce her name. It's really easy, now that she's told me a couple times. It's actually a really simple name, I just never heard it right. So, that is my riveting update. I hope you enjoyed it. Talk soon.